krata yam de ba to dwai fa eye ensem bi a akoso wo mamu with regards to enipa bi numu a omo anya adwenemuka yade any the treatment a wo nsa aka wo mamu particularly eye gomua ojobi ensensem a ekoso no mu tiremu a it is a clear case of eye nimdia yen sheda enyaye wo mental health issues ho eye gaps ewo in terms of say ye de ani mental health issues ho as of mine na yatumi aso ano na yaboa amaforo binum anya ahoto yenum no kwame ne befa so betumi asi ano kwan wadama
FM 98.9.
Good morning again to the people na tena kai we krata no mu muni ba case no gumajo bizo yenim say that health service for asati investigations or mo ye train or mo report no na amabia clear. But from trend that year, at least with other cases,
Happy FM.
You won't say, since no, you share ajumoyari issues in our country anymore. Challenges be brave, ya trouble do na. Na you find say in Kofa omo ajumoyari on public places, no. And per act, no, that shouldn't be the case. They shouldn't be on our streets. People should be in public places. Act no Emma clear outline. There was a yes in a baby in Kofobenya right health care and facilities across the country. But the actual in the act from 2012 to now, no, it hasn't been implemented. And around us. And I can say, with that, any mental health authority in Ijuma, we have a lot of stakeholders, I would say, on board. Yes, I would say, regular source of funding. Act nature say, you will be given a mental health fund. It was established from the act time, But from there to now, you need any clear delegated source of funding for this mental health fund, no.
Why is that the case?
Well, what I say, authority doesn't determine say, oh, funding has to go here. There were proper channels to from us to our ministry to finance to parliament. All of those things come. And see, right now, the financing, the board has been meeting. She has been, a lot of they say, oh, you want this to be sorted out. The initial lobbying discussions now starting. But then for that to be a final declaration, say, the COVID part of COVID fund and the air fundamental fund. And now the change taxes from alcohol and now say smoking, those taxes and funding. It has to be a clearly outlined thing. And that one, if it has to come from above, from government, central government, parliament. Those kind of decisions have to be made.
But what does the delays mean? What does it mean to our quest to deal with mental health issues in this country?
Once I need proper sustainable source of funding, then it means that all the nice plans I actually on paper cannot be realized in physical terms. And even you can have all of stakeholder engagements. You can say, district assemblies, district assemblies are supposed within their jurisdictions. You won't say, Obiyare or in the environment, that area. Now, the district assembly is supposed to take the person to facility and pay. But then district assembly, they can say, okay, then they don't have these allocations within their funding structure. And then it becomes a matter of, trying to it makes a lot of sense. But then practicalizing it, a big problem. Then we still have the same issues on our hands. We are having people who are not within places where they can be cared for and sent back into community, back to their families, the way SSA.
So since 2012, your mental health bill, you're passing into a law. 12 years down the line, as a state, we have not been able to really decide, say, the mental health funder, ebetimi aboa, emietimi di aboa the mental health authority ho bra, na omatimi adio mujuma die no. Yentimi enya, anase yentimi ensi jinaye bia ewo ho as we speak now.
Unfortunately, That is the situation I face this year.
How then are you operating efficiently?
That's a big question. And thankfully, yes, while we get some submissions from government into some security, but and mind you, mental health authority is not just the authority as well. We have facilities under the authority. The authority runs some health delivery services through Accra Psychiatry Plant and Hospital and CAFO. So they also get some funds from government to help. But then, of course, it doesn't cover everything throughout the period. Fortunately, so yeah, we're good stakeholders that are more support here. And so we have the Foreign Commonwealth Development Office, FCGO, UK group, they really support as well. Then the WHO and then a few other groups also really have been supporting the authority to be able to run most of the programs and activities that And so you have some from central government, but then also donor agencies, any stakeholders and other stakeholders, they have really been supportive. And I must say,
how sustainable have these supports been?
Of course, that becomes a big question because it's not as sustainable. That's how come did say we need more sustainable fund with clearly outlined modalities fund this fund because the way they open a choice you can also all support you don't know that we can say your priority as a and say you need to be braced it becomes difficult. And now if you have a project you but if you are aligning to their interest at that particular point in time, that means BBI or say story. And so you see it's not as ideal. They are grateful. They've been very helpful, but then we need more clearly defined ways activities
We'll come back to how the mental health authority is actually operating, but let's go back to Dansoah Nuamah, particularly with Gomwa Ojobi and Dansoah Abaya Enei. Na adi in him Ghana for obia edi hu komono. You mentioned just in our conversation with one of your submissions say oko most of the facilities are eyade a mowo outlet wo ho emehwe say bi obi anya adwunumuka yade a yebetimi ahwe na nase yebetimi ama na yarehwe. Can you confirm to us say moko Winneba trauma and specialist hospital ho amobi wo?
Okay. And see, under the mental health authority, agencies are within the authorities, are the three main psychiatry hospitals, the tertiary levels, Intermediate Psychiatry, Panta Hospital, any anchor for. But then you need Ghana Health Service, within communities, in regional levels, district hospital levels, CHIPS compound, like those other levels, those facilities need them to be under the Ghana Health Service structure. And see, within Ghana Health Service 6 months, lead the investigation with the final outcomes from there. But then from a little understanding, initially, there have been some individuals that have been trained with some aspects of managing mental health care. The extent of unit structure and other things, they are not trying to cross boundaries into the areas of Ghana Health, but you need with their final outcomes so we know what's going on. They have a deputy director within of mental health, also an Amopa. She's been really working hard on any team trying to ensure that we are integrating mental health within general health care services. MH gap trainings are or more within all of those areas. I need to supporting. And we are really trying to wait on them. And who said with this particular case, what exactly was the challenge? And now on report the Mamaya into details.
By your training doc, training na modema omono. Say then I'm watching say so be ba na ebia onipa no as a result of near or forming the person is disillusioned that they can decide unilaterally say omonfa nipa no nko baby no omonfa no nko to abontene.
Okay. And see, with this one, a new crop is not even so. The trainings that usually happen have to do more with their clinical aspects, how to identify symptoms, and then what kind of treatments have to go into it. Those are the core aspects. But then also, as I said, within all of these things, we work within a system and in a structure.
So you teach them to identify the symptoms, the signs. Say ebia obi enya adwunmukaya de anase obi enya adwunmukaya de.
Also, in clinical terms, no. Enyama bebre etumi ma enkrofo enya symptoms and amoye BDI. I say to a lay person, they can say, oh, wait there, adwumuyare na nipa no. But sometimes it can be a different medical condition. I ensure that you can say a psychiatric condition. And the infant is a bit minya ebia, the situation when you know, very down, and I call should be brave. I bet you say that ni no. And to say it's sometimes people can say, oh, nipa we but just say ebia ni blood sugar no na it was too or now it was too high. Once you correct it now, it'll be fine. Ebia in this case, let's for example, I can't say definitely, but just say for example, accident and it's a baby, when you traumatic brain injury, and brain no injury kakraba. So with that one also, so the person can have some changes in behavior more. Once it's treated properly, all of that will change. And sister, if the other condition, I can say they are schizophrenia and bipolar. I remember here mental health treatment for the rest of the person's life. And different conditions, everything are present. Sometimes even a psychiatric condition, but if they're malaria, no, the typhoid, UTI, no, and get some changes in the behavior more. So these trainings helps to let doctors and practitioners be able to pick up all of these ones in addition to the purely psychiatric conditions so they might also manage. And so just to help make sure that at least within the general setting, any case more some behavioral changes are and affect way there or say the pant and I say psychiatry, within the facilities, our teams let me start to say on the phone say, oh, this is the condition. Now must start treatment. Now say who here say a referral across a higher service delivery hospital and not referral so but there won't be a delay in starting the right treatment. And so those are the trainings that have been initiated hoping that we can even scale up some more.
So Cecilia, as we speak now, how many facilities now more reps to help people who are battling with mental health issues?
Okay, so for the Ghana Health Service facilities, the Ghana Health Service will be the best team to speak to the exact numbers but at least for the authority, we are aware at least that regional hospital levels and then district hospitals all have units that have some people trained, and they are really making those works progress. And for us within the authority, as I mentioned, the three main psychiatric hospitals for now, and the IA chain will be built in addition, would also come on board. But mind you, beyond Ghana Health Service, any mental health authority facilities, there are even extra facilities as well. And so in charge, that's the Christian Health of Ghana hospitals. So they are also having these services running. In teaching hospitals, so Konfanoche, Kolebu, Samaletichi, UHAS, and a few others are also running. And they're trying to push mental health in our general practice. That agenda is very high on the priority list of the authority. And we just say at least facilities are money and stakeholders are more in that regard.
Maybe start this question because of the press statement about Bonting and a call for multi-sectoral approach to dealing with mental health issues. So it's quite clear that although there are some successes that have been chalked over the years, you think there is more that needs to be done. Now, I mean, in what form that multi-sectoral collaboration, so particularly with the Ghana Health Service, how often do you happen to hear, and as do you happen to have a report of mental health issues going into some of these facilities managed by Ghana Health Service? Monsaka etimitu huana mon efese onyano ebia ayarehwe bi ho ametimi mano.
Okay. And see, Matu question as here, and it's very laudable. Also, in as much as here, kind of they say like we are having these initiatives going on, I am panel. The extent to which it is really hitting our facilities on our ground within communities. And I say a bit more. One was say within our community, there were the FN community psychiatry unit. And the Ankasa team, so they are even supposed to be resourced and they can even go to within communities, ethnicity, homes and other things, just to check on persons that are more conditions that are here and why. So some of these things, sometimes the feedback is even resources are more here in terms of bicycle, motorcycles, and other things. It becomes a problem. Here in so they use within facilities across. And sometimes we have gaps. Then we don't have a constant supplier. And sometimes on my short to drag A and not drag B. One person will continue to have better funding consistently in low bay available within all. Now, when we look at intersectoral collaborations, I can say we need even further. Issues of, for example, social welfare in mental health, kind of biopsychosocial. Apart from the biological aspect, margin and those structure, psychology aspect. Now, psychologists so many would be it is trained, skilled persons. It's just social aspect, also. Now, the social welfare system is extremely important to us. Team who are. If you take them out of that comprehensive treatment now, because you can't just manage the individual with medication and psychology. You look at the social aspects, But sometimes when we say we have gaps over there, so the social welfare system is not as strong across all facilities, across all regions or communities to the extent that you're here. So that even within the tertiary level facilities, the extent to which they are able to do the work as expected, because of Omoamo challenges, becomes a lot, a restrained. My example, Panta Hospital, I'm running project there, friend, is set the catfish free. I have my taking in more public spaces, into facility, into pants, and then based on our sponsor, and then almost started treatment, then we improve. Now social welfare will now start contact tracing along with security services to try and see where the panel free. I bet me now call back to the families. Into one social welfare system, they don't have the adequate resources now. But once now you are being improving our market facility, our monthly coffee on time. Because you mean more anchor back to our families,
because the contact tracing has not been that successful.
Exactly. Because you're having gaps with social media. Because the logistics, you hear into me into there's delay. Now what all this period during this period in Krofono Aji impact bed space the hospital. Hospital doesn't have unlimited beds. And it's a ward near maximum 20 beds, not in Krofo 510. More they can be managed by more facility. That means that during that period, that bed is taken. And so for every year, emergency way and nipa way see I think him kakra he's a threat to himself or other people. Now the question is to him because they are improved, but then they are more hospital for. So these are the issues that now remember as the whole system is left not strong enough because one arm is not able to function, acquire also function, and that brings a whole complication to the entire healthcare delivery. And for one example, like even in corporate country, my shanipa way, me didn't bad treatment hospital, I managing. The question is how do we fund? Social affairs coming in, hospitals are now getting overburdened because we want to see they're vegan towards our hospital. So, and those ones are your name of a relative. Now the whole hospital has to take.
So is it possible? Is it possible, sir? Yeah. Is it possible that we've had some people who've stayed at these facilities for close to about 2, 3, 4, 5 years?
But you're betting on this question.
Is it possible to say any pebinua? My form eduama call some of these facilities are my show my mom who aha woman as one toma or my town be in film you numiansa and Naya young no mature quite.
Background word, we started a major pants, and that was like over 10 years ago. And some people who were there before me call so now. across the country, these stories are there. Of course, over some time, yes, for example, with Fanta, for example,
how are they taken care of?
2 years. And that's the problem. See, that means the hospital now has to use internal generated funds. The feediomu, the clodiomu, medical emergency, and any conditioner. The hospital has to be funding that. A lot of funds is taken care of. In Kofa, they are well stuck in hospitals. Across psychiatry and couple similar issues are happening. And then how can our facilities also thrive? Now you can't even do the work you're supposed to do because now you're using most of it to now cater for in Kofa more for relatives cannot be traced or are unwilling to even take them in some cases.
And on top of this, Doc, the Mental Health Authority is not getting the needed funds to operate.
You can see the dire situation now.
Doctor,
so then there's a lot of issues. And we are really calling on all stakeholders to come on board because solve these issues. It will continue deteriorating, and it is now would be encountering these repercussions